Hello financial fans. Today I sold Tesla, TSLA. I sold it for $1,109.99 per share, so I did not sell very many shares. I don't think I will rock the financial world by selling Tesla at this time. Tesla is up. Sell high, buy low. I bought it when no one wanted it, when it was only about $600 a share, and it even appeared to be overvalued at that price, but I thought it would do quite well, which it did, and I will probably buy back into Tesla sometime in the future, but for right now I'll cash out and make a capital gain. And I will talk a little bit about my trading style. I do not buy or sell puts, calls, options. If I ever were in a position to get an option for free, like if I were on a board of directors or if I were working for a company that gave stock options to its employees, I definitely would grab any free stock options. But as far as buying and trying to figure the math, I don't want to do that. Also, I don't want to make hundreds and hundreds of trades, like you have to make a trade every day, make 4 or 5 trades in to buy when the stock goes up or down a quarter of a point. I wouldn't want to do the taxes on something like that, but I don't do the options trading. I would right now, if I were a financial advisor, I would tell people it might be a time to look away from stocks and to look at real estate, lock in some low cost loans while you can, because they will be raising interest rates this year. But that's not financial advice. You make your own decisions on real estate and other types of financial considerations. The thing I will show you is the way I go about picking stocks for myself, and let you look over my shoulder, and we will look at a few stocks and see what the numbers look like and how I decide to buy or sell a stock. And I think everyone knows by now you can lose money in the stock market. You also can get very wealthy in the stock market. But I will show you my style, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just going to show you what I do when I look at stocks. And I'm going to use Yahoo's pages. Yahoo has wonderful financial pages, and we'll look at several stocks, and I'll tell you what I see when I look at the stock, what I'm looking for, and what I sometimes find, and sometimes I manage to find the diamonds that are hidden by the dirt before anyone else sees them. And we will begin with FB. That FB stands for Facebook, but the company is no longer called Facebook. They never should have changed their name, should they? But FB, let's begin with FB. We'll look at the numbers. They call it Meta, or Meta Platforms Incorporated, Facebook, symbol FB. Yahoo page is here. We'll take a look at the price. Right now it's $333.10 per share. It's down. The red ink there, the red $1.27 is down $1.27 on the day, and that's a total of 0.38% of the price that it's down, and they use red ink at Yahoo when it's down. Column on the left, 2/3 of the way down, 52-week range. Facebook, or Meta Platforms, during the past 52 weeks, it was as low as $244.61 and as high as $384.33. I like when it's near the top, when the price is near the top, but also on certain stocks, I like to get in a little bit early before everybody starts buying it, so I might on some occasions be willing to buy a stock that's near its 52-week low if I think it's about to do a turnaround. The volume, I want to have 1 million shares or more traded every day. Here we have the average volume 22,895,000, almost 23 million shares trading every day. And at the bottom of that column on the left, we see that it is considered to be undervalued, and that is determined by some people who speculate on stocks. And so I'll just take the word for it that Meta platforms, Facebook, is undervalued at this time. On the right, or the middle column, PE ratio, third item down, middle column, PE ratio 23.84. I like stocks that have a PE ratio of 10 or less, but in the Facebook world, Facebook is a big player. Half of America at least resorts to Facebook every day. This is a big company. This is a big operation. This is they got cash registers all over the place, and the PE ratio 23.84. That's fine with me, and that's not a lot higher than the average of the S&P 500 businesses. So that PE ratio doesn't scare me too much. I would prefer if it was not like 9.2, but I'll take 23.84, and I do own Facebook stock. Forward dividend and yield, they have no dividend and yield. The 1-year target estimate at the bottom of the middle column, $401.49 is where it might be on its way from the current $333 and a dime. But we shall see as time goes by. Next stock we'll look at, I also own this Lucid LCID. It has been up nicely so far this year. By the way, on the year, my portfolio is up 3.4%, so I'm beating the S&P 500, which is, I think they're still in red ink for the year. But I'm doing well with my portfolio so far in the first week. There's lots and lots of weeks coming up. The Lucid Group LCID, $44.83 per share, down 64 cents, and that's a 1.41, almost 1.5% downward move by LCD today. And we look down at the 52-week range, 2/3 of the way down, the column on the left, $14.50 to 64.86 cents, and so it's closer to the high than it is to the low, but it's got lots and lots of headroom. And the average volume near the bottom of the first column, 75 million shares trade every day. This is a very, very, very active stock. This is electric vehicles. Middle column, third item down, PE ratio not applicable because that EPS, earnings per share, we see it has a minus sign in front of it. They're losing money. And there's still a very big operation as far as the eyeballs of the investors who are looking at the electric vehicle field, myself included. Lucid has a chance to go much, much higher. We shall see what happens in the years ahead. The 1-year target estimate, $42.75, which is a downward move from its current $44.83. But I'm going to be holding on to my Lucid LCID. I think it will do much better. General Motors, next stock we look at, GM, the symbol, $60.68, the price per share, down 78 cents today, and that's a 1.25% drop on the day for General Motors. And we look at the 52-week range, 2/3 of the way down the column on the left, 52-week range, $47.07 was the low, and $67.21 was the high. It's closer to the high than it is to the low. Average volume, over 18.5 million shares trade every day. And down near the bottom there we see that the People who study stocks think this is undervalued. It should be higher priced per share. That's a reason to get into it, isn't it? One reason to think about it anyway. The PE ratio, third item down, the middle column, 8.12. I like that a lot. That's very good, especially for a huge company like General Motors. There's no dividend or yield, and the 1-year target, $75.97, almost $76. That'd be a big move up from its current $60.68. So General Motors looks inviting, and I do own that, as I said. I think I also own this one, SID, S-I-D is the symbol. $4.70. This is a cheap stock, $4.71 per share. It's up 27 cents on the day, 6% and over. And I've been talking about SID for several months now, and SID, I call it since the symbol is SID, it's easier than trying to figure out how to pronounce the name of the company. The 52-week range is from $3.56 the low to $10.33 was the high. It's a long way from the high, but this might be one of those stocks where the people who once paid $10 for it, they're still holding on to it, and they might still be buying it down here at $4.70, and it should be moving up is what I'm getting to. The average volume, over 3,700,000 shares trade every day, and it's considered to be undervalued. The PE ratio for SID, can that be right? 2.44. Well, I guess it can be because they've got it printed there, Yahoo. And the earnings per share, $1.92. That's a nice earnings. And the forward dividend yield, you can see they use only 41 cents of that $1.92 to come up with a 9% dividend yield. That's a lot. These are the numbers that just jump up and down. They're saying buy me, buy me. 1-year target estimate, $6.11. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if it gets back up there. Now we will look at VALE, I guess is the pronunciation. VALE is the symbol. And this is another one I've had for several months. And it's up 1.5% today to $15.47 per share. 52-week range, 2/3 of the way down, left-hand column. 52-week range, $11.16 was the low, $23.18 was the high. The average volume, 34 million shares trade, so there's some people that are aware of it, and they're spending money on this one, and also taking profits, I'm sure. It's considered to be undervalued. The PE ratio, 4.63. 4.63 is a very good PE ratio as far as I'm concerned. Forward dividend and yield, 18%, 18 almost 0.5%. So we'll see if that continues. The 1-year target estimate, $18.14, which would be a big move upward. So that definitely is one to think about, for me to think about buying if I were not already holding some. So I've already got some of that one. Now we'll take a look at Tesla, which I sold. TSLA up 3.38% today, $1,100.38. I got $1,109 for what I sold, for each share that I sold. The average volume, all the way down at the bottom of that column on the left, 27 million shares. At that price, that's a lot of money changing hands there. And the 52-week range, $539.49 to $1,243.49. So it has quite a range there. and hopefully their cars have quite a range. I think they're working on batteries that go much farther than what we've seen so far. The PE ratio, middle column, third item down, 359.37. That's not good. But if Tesla keeps growing, they'll grow into that 359 PE ratio. And the bottom of that middle column, 1 year target estimate, $921.24. I think it might do better than that. That would be a loss from today's numbers. But anyway, that's an idea of what I look at. The main things I look at, the current price, of course, and the 52-week range, and the volume. I like a million shares or more trading every day. I like a PE ratio of 10 or less if possible. The beta, that's second item down in the middle column, the beta, BETA. Here on Tesla we see it's 1.98. Beta means that the price of Tesla will bounce around about twice as much and in the same direction as the market in general. If the market's going up, Tesla will go up about twice as much percentage-wise as any other stock, and if the market's going down, Tesla will go down about twice as much as any other stock, and that sometimes happens and sometimes it doesn't. Tesla probably will go up tomorrow since I sold mine today, and I hope this has been helpful for you. And just remember, buy low and sell high. That's the best advice I can give you. And also, right now might be a time to get into real estate, but I'm not advising you financially. Just study whatever it is you want to do and make your decisions. And I wish you great success. Thank you for watching.